Hey folks, Lyarri here. Today we're reacting to Is Netflix Just Making Bad Movies on Purpose by Danny Gonzalez. I I really like his videos where he just talks about bad stuff. So let's go.
Hello, Greg! Why are movie studios making bad movies on purpose? I swear to God they are. I'm sure most of
I
us by
forgot to
now
say
have some
hello.
clips from the new Pinocchio movie.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own?
And that had me pretty skeptical, honestly. You're trying to tell me they made it and they were like, the main selling point of this movie is that it will be good? No chance. And now I've recently seen people talking about this movie, Marmaduke.
I don't know anything about the Pinocchio movie. I genuinely cannot tell if the voiceover was real. Also, Marmaduke looks cute though.
It's about a cartoon dog voiced by Pete Davidson.
Oh.
It has 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I've watched it, and it is in fact the worst movie you'll see this year. And it just really seems like they're trying to make bad movies on purpose.
I want to watch
this
it
movie
now.
is just heinous. It feels like Netflix just fed an AI a bunch of scripts of bad movies until it spat out Marmaduke. This movie is not good at all. I think it has 0 redeeming qualities, actually. There's nothing good in this movie. I would even give it a negative score if I could. I like that I said that as if there's something stopping me. I'm my own entity. I'm not limited. I don't have a boss telling me I have to give it a positive score. I'm gonna give it a negative 6 out of 10.
Once upon a time,
I'm gonna
there
watch it
lived a
later.
very large and
Yeah, I know
very
this
sad
video is
dog.
about it, but
His family got mad at him just for being himself.
We begin with a narration from Pete Davidson himself,
How
who
could
could
they?
not sound less interested in explaining the exposition of this movie. Marmaduke was some fucking dog, dude. I don't care. I'm dating a Kardashian, man. You think I need this? I personally don't have a problem with Pete Davidson. He's a funny guy. He was not up to the task of being the main character in this movie. This is a cartoon dog. You need someone with a crazy range. Pete Davidson's emotions range from high and pleased down to high and indifferent. That's about all the variety you're gonna get out of Pete Davidson.
he could be a good dog side character. I'm sorry.
After watching the movie all the way through, I'm not even 100% sure that Pete Davidson even knows he's in this movie. I haven't seen Pete Davidson do any promotion for this movie. I don't think he's done interviews talking about, getting into the role of Marmaduke. I would not be surprised if they just took audio excerpts of Pete Davidson from other TV shows and just found a way to make a movie about a dog around them.
You can't ban me from Billy's party. It won't be a party without me.
They literally just pull lines from SNL, I'm sure.
Gather round, boys and girls, and watch this.
Go ahead and look at the characters in this first scene here and tell me, what is your reaction? Art is subjective. What you like depends entirely on your life experience, your personal taste, where you were born and raised. For example, I was born in the 1990s on Earth, and I hate every single one of these characters. There are 3 body shapes in the universe of Marmaduke. There is eerily slender, bouncing egg. That's right, they don't walk. The round characters, they just kind of bounce from place to place. And then there's Mom.
Oh my god, she's thick. Okay.
Mom has a serious case of the Pixar mom syndrome. I guess the creators of Marmaduke decided to take a page out of Pixar's book when designing the mom, and then they ignored all the other pages in the book about how to make a movie. Anyway, through a little bit of narration, we find out that the reason Marmaduke is not allowed at this party.
Sorry. The worst way to say it. She's not it's just animated in a weird way. It looks weird. It's not even I don't know.
Is because he's basically a terror to the family. Marmaduke is a nightmare. He chases the cat, he tackles the local butcher for some bones, he beats the shit out of the dad. This dog is terrorizing his family. This is a bad boy.
Don't you think you're being too hard on poor Marmaduke?
How does she walk?
Maybe we need to
Look,
Marmaduke in a
she
week.
literally is
As if this family wasn't going through enough already, dude. Look at the dad's nose. Look at his nose to arm ratio. He doesn't need this right now. He's got bigger fish to fry. His nose is about 3 times thicker than his arms. What the hell? Compare that to Marmaduke. And the shot where he's just beat the shit out of the dad for his comfy chair. He's jacked. He looks like a kangaroo. They're living with a wild animal in their house, and this dad's arms are made out of wet spaghetti. And Marmaduke has the audacity to be upstairs in the window come on, let me into the party. What, is it because I like steak a little bit too much? And it's no, dude, you keep beating up my family. You killed our youngest daughter. But Marmaduke's not trapped upstairs for long. He decides to start chasing a bee around the room that he's trapped in, and the bee goes through the window, and then Marmaduke crashes through the window, and he lands in the pool, which causes a mini tsunami in the backyard.
He's a little skinny.
Diggity dang that dog!
You know this dog is bad when the
Diggity
dad
dang.
turns around and just sees a tidal wave coming towards him and he says, "Dang that dog." As far as he knows, the dog is upstairs in the room. He didn't see Marmaduke fly in the pool, he just turned around. This man saw a tidal wave and was like, "The fucking dog!" This family has suffered so much at the hands of this dog. Sorry, paws of this dog. That the dad could see like an overseas power plant collapse and then explode and be like, "I know Marmaduke has something to do with this shit." Anyway, this guy is
God.
Guy. His name is Guy.
Oh.
He is Drew Gooden's biggest fan and he is a dog trainer. The pool flop incident sort of goes viral, ends up on TV and everything, and Guy, being like a world famous dog trainer, sees Marmaduke, this poorly behaved monster, and decides, hey, this would be kind of an interesting challenge for me to transform Marmaduke into like a good boy. At
This is the Kardashian influence. Really good marketing.
first, I thought this guy was gonna be the villain of the movie because he's like rich and British, and I think that it's the law in cartoons that the bad guy has to be rich and British, but this guy is actually, he's not that bad. He's a little greedy, but he's not the bad guy. So Guy goes over to Marmaduke's house and talks to the owners and is like, "Hey, if you let me train your dog and enter him into like dog competitions, we could win $1 million, and I'll share the $1 million with you," which is actually a very nice thing for a rich British man to do in a cartoon. The family says yes,
Yeah.
so Marmaduke gets to train with this experienced, highly awarded, rich and famous dog trainer. And they start training right away. Or actually, sorry, Marmaduke doesn't want to train at all, so the trainer starts beating the shit out of Marmaduke.
If you don't get out of my way, I'm gonna have to unleash thunder. Light. As you wish.
Yeah, that's right, they're about to fight. Marmaduke
This is how Pete Davidson is avoiding getting typecasted.
doesn't want to train, so they start like backing up and putting their deuces up. When this part happened, I was like, this is crazy. This human's not actually about to start punching a dog, right? And luckily, I was right. He kicks the dog. Dude, he kicks the dog, throws him into a tree. You're like the most famous dog trainer in the world, and this is your secret method. Dog training tips your trainer doesn't want you to know. Beat the shit out of your dog.
That's enough for today.
That's enough for today? You didn't do anything. You just hurt a
Sure.
dog. You didn't teach him
Yeah.
any tricks. He doesn't even know how to sit. All right, the
Surely, like, someone would have said this was a bad idea. Like, who? Why? This just makes me sad. Now I don't want to watch the movie.
first trick we're gonna learn today is how to dodge a punch. Okay, it looks like you didn't get it today, but we'll try again tomorrow, okay, buddy?
Okay.
Anyway, I guess after showing Marmaduke how violent he is and all of his, like, cool martial arts skills, Marmaduke is like, wait, actually, maybe I do want to get trained by this guy. And they make it seem like it's because, like, Marmaduke is so impressed. I personally think it's because Marmaduke is so scared. He does agree to finally be trained, so cue Marmaduke getting trained montage. Or, sorry, Marmaduke getting tortured montage. Yeah, that's right. Before Marmaduke agreed to get trained, Guy just beat the shit out of Marmaduke. But now that Marmaduke has agreed to be trained, he is still getting beat up, but just in new and fancy ways. This movie is essentially about a dog who loves to eat and suffers greatly for it. You know what is one thing that's unclear about this movie? Can Marmaduke talk? Early
I actually laughed at that. Like, that was kind of funny. The like look at how he's like goes into the machine. It's kind of good. The good little.
about this movie, can Marmaduke eat
All
and
right, there. Like, look. He goes like,
suffer
and then look, it's so ha ha ha. Isn't it so good? Like, I'm gonna watch this movie later.
greatly for. You know what is one thing that's unclear about this movie? Can Marmaduke talk? Earlier in the movie, Marmaduke
Sorry,
was
Jake.
trying to talk to the people and all they could hear was barking sounds.
You're being too hard on poor
But then Marmaduke and Guy seem to have full conversations. So who is speaking the other one's language? Is Marmaduke speaking English? Or is the trainer barking at Marmaduke? Like if you were to walk by the park where Guy is training Marmaduke, is Guy just going like, "Arr, arr, arr"? This movie is completely uninterested in answering this question. After Marmaduke has been thoroughly beaten and humiliated by Guy for a week or two, it is time for Marmaduke to enter his first dog show. This is where we meet Marmaduke's main competition and basically the villain of the movie, this beautiful dog Zeus.
He shimmers like gold.
It makes me very uncomfortable how, like, aroused the humans are by this beautiful dog. There's a shot of the mom where she just goes, oh. It's like, holy shit, calm down, dude. It's a pretty dog and that's that. Actually, not even a pretty dog. I don't really even like the way that dog looks. So Zeus is like a bad...
Those eyebrows are kind of weird, dude.
And that's that. Actually,
Like-
not even a pretty dog. I don't really even like...
What is that? Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is just, it makes me sad.
the way that dog looks. So Zeus is like a bad, evil dog, and while Guy is out of the room, right before the dog show starts, Zeus convinces Marmaduke to
Heck,
eat
Zeus.
like all of the food at the banquet that's supposed to be for the banquet after the dog show. And this part is very disturbing.
Oh no.
Oh, Marmaduke, you idiot! How are you gonna perform, dude? How are you gonna compete? You can't even walk. This is where the movie gets gross. The sound effects of his like gurgling belly make me want to throw up.
Okay, no, I'm not
Then
into
he
this.
somehow becomes skinny by farting once. I guess he farts out all the food in one foul fart. And when I say foul fart, that shit does look foul. When he
Okay, I don't know. So I'm sorry. Like, I eat fast food sometimes. So, like, have you ever, like, you know, had, like, a really unhealthy meal and, like, you're, like, so bloated and you feel so bad until you fart after? Like, that's real. Marmaduke is a real movie.
did that, I was like, wait, holy shit, he can do that? Marmaduke has the ability to fart out food that he just ate, like all of it. But then it's even more confusing because he gets onto the floor at the dog show and all of a sudden, like, plumps back up again and starts farting some more. And it's like, so where did the food go? Did the gas enter him again and become food again? Was he actually just sucking in? What is happening? Did he fart the food out or not?
What are you doing? I gotta go.
What the fuck is going on? This is so gross.
That's it. I'm never smelling a dog's rear end again.
Me too, brother.
Aw.
Gotta go. Mama,
Oh no.
Then it only gets worse. Marmaduke flies through the air, lands on the trophy for the dog competition, and he farts, and he shits, and he farts so hard that I thought he might be dying. He gets onto the trophy and like goes from plump to shriveled up like a raisin. He shrivels up into a little doggy skeleton. The dog is very sick. The dog should be rushed to the hospital immediately after this, actually. The
Yeah.
cloud of his fart gas like envelops the entire crowd. People are screaming. I think he might have killed people, honestly. This is just an awful scene. I don't know why the writers thought that this would be fun. For anyone, even for kids, it's like, is your dog pooping in the wrong spot ever that funny? I don't think I've ever, like, come home and my dog is, like, pooped somewhere she wasn't supposed to and been like, that's hilarious. That's actually good one, Sunday. Dude, you fucking killed it. I should be mad, but that's actually mad funny. To be fair, if I did have, like, a comically big trophy in my...
I will say, like, back in the day when... Okay, actually, no, not even that. But, like, recently, so, like, there's times where, like, I don't, like, when I'm home later than I think, and I, like, Jake has accidentally had an accident in the living room. And, like, I'm actually really proud of him. He does such a good job. Like, this hasn't happened in weeks. Not even weeks, wait. Actually, no, it did happen a few weeks ago. But before that, it was, like, months ago. Like, I've only been taking care of him for, like, a year and a half. But, anyways. But, so anyways, yeah, so Jake, like, he literally will go to the bathroom, but, like, away from anything else. Like, he purposely tries to make sure, like, things are clean. Like, it's really, I appreciate him. He's a good boy.
House and I came home and the dog had pooped in the trophy, that actually might be kind of funny. But not if she was also like sitting on top of the trophy as like a shriveled up skeleton and my house was full of noxious gas.
That was a disgrace. Congratulations, Phil. You've discovered a new breed of dog. The
Aw.
not-so-great Dane.
Not So Great Dane is actually a pretty light roast considering Marmaduke just like detonated a chemical weapon at a dog show. You sent
That's
30
true.
people to the hospital, Marmaduke. At least call him a Shih Tzu or a Fartsu.
Hey guys! Watch out! It's El Stinko.
At first when I watched this, I was like, oh really? The cheerleaders at the local middle school were following like the dog competition news over the weekend? Dog shows are that popular, really? They just happen to be watching? But then I realized, no, this was probably on the news. If this happened in real life, it would be on the news.
She shares a home with Scooby Poo.
Yeah, did
Okay,
you
that's a
see
good
the
one.
pile of dead birds? It's actually not that funny. That area is permanently off limits to all life. Anyway, Marmaduke has pretty much brought disgrace to the family.
Our dog's a loser.
He's not a loser.
This movie's getting kind of dark. This is a really somber, like, middle section of a children's movie. He's not a loser! It just turns into Marriage Story. Marmaduke is a Great Dane! Then come to find out that the trainer has actually billed them for all of the training, and it's like a shit ton of money. They go through the list, and it rolls by in this like Star Wars style credit roll, and it's meant to fly by really fast so you can't read anything, but I paused it just to like look through what some of it is. Some of the items on this list are more than the $1 million they would have won at the final dog show. There's things for $29,000, $35,000, $1.4 million. Also, kind of a funny detail, the writers, I guess, couldn't come up with enough things to actually make the list that long, so they just literally copied and pasted the same chunk over and over. So if you just play it, you'll see like the same thing worth $1.5 million over and over in this list, and it's like, you couldn't just keep coming up with different numbers at least?
We're all losers.
It's all my fault.
God, what immense emotional and financial pressure to put on a dog in a movie. You stupid fucking dog! Our family is in shambles because of you! We're poor now, and it's your fault! I'm gonna make the trainer teach you the concept of money, just so we can also teach you that it's your fault we don't have any. You not so great Dane. As Marmaduke sort of loses his mind.
I can't handle that like 15 seconds of him yelling at the camera. It feels personal.
And bursts out the door into the rain and starts running down the street. You may ask yourself, is this fun? Is this like a fun movie for kids? An innocent dog reaching the end of his rope, desperate, physically and emotionally beaten to the brink of insanity. Is this fun? I'm gonna be honest, I don't think any kids have watched this movie. I think 0 children have watched this movie. I had to like scroll to find it on Netflix. They were not highlighting this movie.
Believe in yourself.
Oh.
Believe I'm a champion? Yep. Come on, let's go home.
Marmaduke.
I will say, the cover art with the dog and the bee on his nose, I can see a 6-year-old being like, "Aw," and watching this. And then imagine the adult raised on Marmaduke. Oh God.
Shows up at Guy's house and is like, will you train me again, please? I messed up. And Guy is like, no, you are not a champion. So Marmaduke is like, you know what? Screw it. I don't need you. And he decides to set off on a journey to show him what a real champion can do. He runs to China, and then he runs to Egypt, and then he swims in the ocean, and then he goes home. And I guess that's pretty much all the training he needs. I don't know why he is still so focused on the dog show after that. Marmaduke's like, yeah, I climbed to the top of Mount Everest and then swam to the bottom of the ocean so that I could hopefully compete in an obedience competition at a regional level. I hope that I do okay. It's like, no, all of the things you did just then are like infinitely more impressive than a dog show. At least that's what I thought until we get to the dog show and we see what other dogs do during the talent portion.
What?
Okay, so the bulldog is winning the talent competition. The bulldog is winning the whole show. Forget about the other dogs for a second. There is no way that Marmaduke can do anything near that impressive. I know he ran around the world, but that, I mean, he just ran and swam. This dog lifted up a convention center. The other dog's not quite as impressive. One of the dogs dances, pretty lame. And another dog did like a half fight, half rap in like a magical bubble environment. So that was pretty cool. I didn't know there was magic in this universe. They just decided to spring that on us in the last like 20 minutes of the movie, but I just don't understand how they were able to continue the competition after the bulldog lifted up the building. If I was in the crowd, I would be on my hands and knees crying after that. I don't think that it's fair to continue the show.
Look deeply into the golden fleece of my Zeus.
Okay, Okay, Zeus actually hypnotizes the crowd. That's actually pretty impressive. Yet another use of magic. I like that they're really doubling down on that in the third act of this movie. Also, I'm getting a lot of parallels from the Disney Channel original movie Zapped in this movie. Although I don't think anyone beat the shit out of a dog in that movie. Also, hang on a second. If hypnosis exists in this universe and it is like a thing that can be done effectively, why the hell did the trainer need to beat the fuck out of Marmaduke? If in this world it's possible to mentally make a dog do whatever you want, what sick thrill did Guy get out of assaulting Marmaduke? It's almost like that wasn't even training and he just, like, what if he did hypnotize him and then he was like, and now the rest of this is just for me. Anyway, it's time for Marmaduke's portion of the talent show. Now, everything else up until this point is so insane that
This is
like
what I'm here
anything
for.
Marmaduke could do, even if he did something really cool, would be kind of underwhelming. But like, even with that in mind, Marmaduke just does the dumbest shit. His boy owner gets on his back and they just like run around the stadium. I'm sorry, Marmaduke, but that was not impressive at all. We literally all just saw magic happen. We saw a bulldog lift up a building. I know I keep mentioning that, but that was insane. We all just saw an entire crowd get hypnotized by a creepy blonde dog, and Marmaduke's like, yeah, but can you do this? Are you trying to bankrupt your family, Marmaduke? Because that's what's gonna happen if you keep this shit up. Are you trying to destroy your family's lives? You're going to. Keep dicking around on the ground like that with no talent, and you're gonna destroy their lives. It's happened before, it'll happen again. Okay, a little plot twist happens at the end of the dog show. Zeus, the beautiful dog, wins. Obviously, he hypnotized the judges, so we kind of thought that was gonna happen anyway, but it turns out that one of the judges is actually Zeus's trainer in disguise, so he gets disqualified from the talent competition. I kind of feel like it was pretty dumb of him to do that because he had a shot at winning anyway. It's not like he was like a total underdog. Dude was basically an overdog. He was actually bound to win. He hypnotized everybody.
That trophy's mine. I'm supposed to be champion!
Zeus gets all pissed off and charges Marmaduke, and Marmaduke dodges it, but Zeus hits like a camera crane and it falls over on Marmaduke.
What?
Marmaduke!
Uh-oh. That's actually a really funny thing for a cartoon dog to say right before he fucking dies. Uh-oh. And then he actually dies.
Marmaduke, buddy, talk to me.
Is Marmaduke gonna die?
Please, boy. Be okay.
Is Marmaduke dead?
Marmaduke was a good dog.
What the fuck, dude?
We will miss you very much.
Okay, they're spending way too long on this if he's not actually dead. He should have come back alive by now, probably.
Is there still time to hit the awards banquet?
Jesus Christ, dude. You have to admit, if he did die, that would be objectively the funniest ending to this movie. Marmaduke doesn't win the dog show, and then he dies. And then everyone's really sad, and then the movie ends. In my head, when this was happening, the first time I watched this, I was like, please roll credits, please roll credits. It would be so fucking funny if Marmaduke dies. Oh, fuck, he's alive. Anyways, if this movie couldn't get any worse, it ends with an original song by Pete Davidson about being a dog.
Oh?
I'm the biggest dog around. The greatest Dane in the whole darn town. But my family doesn't understand. I gotta eat. It's my command.
Did they give Pete Davidson 40 seconds to write this song? All right, Pete, it's time to record the ending song. What ending song? You guys didn't tell me there was gonna be an ending song. I don't know, man. You tell us. Hit it. All right, well, yeah, that's Marmaduke. Let me know what you thought, and now it's time to talk about our sponsor.
It was amazing. Oh.
Hello. Guys, did you know in the US it's legal for your internet service provider to sell your data to other companies? They can sell it to ad companies. Heck, they can sell it to whoever they want. This seems pretty screwed up to me. I don't know why this is legal.
This is an angle.
What I do know is that Marmaduke is probably responsible. Luckily, today's sponsor, ExpressVPN, puts a stop to this by rerouting 100% of your network traffic through their secure encrypted servers. Those are servers that are both secure and encrypted. ExpressVPN also masks your device's unique IP address, making it much more difficult for like big tech companies or advertisers or really strong dogs from tracking you and matching your activity back to you so they can collect your data. There's a ton of great reasons to use ExpressVPN. You can unblock content that's not available in your country. For example, the movie Whiplash is not available on Netflix in the US, but with ExpressVPN,
I'm very extra this video.
Location to the UK, it is available. They have 24/7 customer support, the fastest speeds, consistently faster than other VPNs, and it's easy to use. You can fire it up and get going with just one click. I've got ExpressVPN on my computer and my phone, pretty much every device that can have it in my house. So find out how you can get 3 months for free by visiting expressvpn.com/DannyGonzalez. That's expressvpn.com/DannyGonzalez. Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out our sponsor.
You're welcome.
Please get out from under my desk. Alright guys, thank you for watching this
Okay.
video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Is that in focus at all? Greg.
Oh.
Greg. Greg. Join Greg. Greg.
But like we went from under his desk on his couch. I feel way too personal. We are way too close.
Greg is what I call my fans here on YouTube. My fan base, my audience. But we're more than that, you know? We're a family. We're an army. We are one guy named Greg. So if you want to join, then turn on my notifications and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hello?
Wait, no. Sorry, that was loud. I'm really good. Yeah, so this is sick me, by the way. I'm still a little sick. Okay, that was a funny video. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Let me look at the thumbnail again. Yes, this was weird. I don't know why. Like, the, like, pregnancy fetish adjacent stuff and random, like, kids animation creeps me out. I'm not, like, definitely very far away from that kink. I'll admit. I know it's not all, like, probably not all that, but I think, like, a few days ago, I was watching, like, one of those animation YouTubers, and they randomly called out some random animation show for, like, having very obvious, like, that kind of content in it. And since then, I can't stop thinking about it. Alright. I feel like Netflix just has their own department solely dedicated to making horrible, low-budget movies on the off chance that it will become an ironic hit and be torn apart by commentary YouTubers. I do think, like, low-budget, like, these movies are also made just for, like, random kids who spend all day on Netflix clicking on whatever looks cool, right? The movie doesn't have to be good. And, like, there's a plus if the movie is so bad that it gets talked about. So I can see, like, why people think that, like, Netflix makes these intentionally. I wouldn't say, like, they're literally like, oh yeah, this movie is gonna turn out to be really bad. Unlike, actually, I mean, they do, like, choose who they hire. Like, the casting talent, I'm sure, has some interesting guidance on how to cast. Sometimes it might be more for, like, possibly having a meme than having an actually good movie. That can be true. I don't know, so I'm randomly spitballing now. Alright. It almost look... Sorry, focusing 100% on profit. Yes, they are looking for a profit, so they create those cheap movies intentionally. They have been reinforcing the idea. Okay, this is more quantity over quality. Yeah, having that, like, marketing tool is nice. And also, like, I know to a degree, like, because of how Netflix operates in so many different countries, and sometimes they're, like, forced to, like, have, like, movies using folks from those countries and stuff, and they're not really making them with the purpose of being good, but just to fulfill the contract or the quota. So that also, like, contributes to it. Being Netflix, I think the thing with a lot about Netflix animation nowadays is that the animation is 3D when it could very well look better in 2D. I mean, I think, yeah, sorry, they go into it. It's because, like, 3D is technically faster and cheaper. And I think the problem is, like, my little sister's into 2D stuff, but I know a lot of younger folk, like, literally just aren't. And so, like, Marmaduke, for example, is that going to be a high budget 2D movie that does numbers? No. Just no. So, like, yeah, they could have made it 2D, and I could see, like, how things could have worked better in 2D for this kind of a movie. Or at least, like, a higher budget 3D. Like, the fart jokes could have been better. But, like, still, not sure. Seeing Netflix closing down their animation department and then seeing them put out stuff like Marmaduke, Big Mouth spinoff. Big Mouth is good. And a second Boss Baby TV show just comes to show incompetent and apathetic they seem to be around animation nowadays. It does feel like they're a long way from BoJack Horseman. That was I'm one of those people who were very into BoJack Horseman. I watched every season as it came out. But and yeah, the House and the Sea Beast both lead this, and I will say I do not watch much Netflix animation. That's actually like one of I haven't been keeping up with a lot of like TV in general the last year or so. The one thing that I'm really good about is like I'm watching The Rehearsal by Nathan Fielder now. I'm good at like comedy type stuff, but like not like family friendly like animation unless if it's like Steven Universe type stuff because that I'm really into. Um, to be honest, I don't hate the designs. They just really shouldn't be 3D. If this was a Rhapsody in Blue Fantasia 2000, it could be a really charming. What's that? Oh, I haven't watched. Oh, I saw Fantasia actually. I just don't remember this. Huh. Okay. It could be really charming, maybe. And do not get me wrong, I love weird, exaggerated. Sorry, I'm still a little sick. It's hard for me to read these. I love weird, exaggerated, overly impractical, surreal designs done in 3D. Igor 2008, one of my favorite animated movies of all time, specifically for the exaggerated art style. I haven't seen that. I've seen a little bit of it, but it came out in a time where I was like getting less into all animation and like more specific types. But you know, you have to have an understanding of what you're making. The animation in this looks like it wants to be a Doctor Seuss CGI knockoff, but even those movies knew you could only go so far with surrealism. Anyway, my best memories of Marmaduke are of of the episode about an older movie from the Flophouse podcast. Is Marmaduke? Wait, I mean, so there's this, right? Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything like, is it a sequel to something? Is there any Wikipedia page? Like, oh, 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 it's based on a dog. Wait, oh, I didn't know Marmaduke was a real thing. Oh, it's based on the comic strip. I think he said that at the beginning of the video. I'm just like incredibly. Uh, oh my god, poor movie. I Oh, it was originally going to be released in 2019. I think I remember him saying something about it at one point. It got acquired by Netflix. Why? So wait, it's not even who's it distribute like sorry, it's distributed by Netflix, but who actually produced it? Um do. Animation was provided by Dips Company, Wonderworld Studios, currently known as Storyberry, who has facilities in Toronto, Shanghai, and Seoul, while main production was done by Legacy Classics in Los Angeles and One Cool Animation in Hong Kong. Interesting. But why would they acquire it? Who decided? I would hope that they got something like really cheap. Oh, I remember this. This was the 2010 one. And oh my god, that's why, okay. Sorry, because, okay. God, this is gonna be embarrassing for me to say. I was a George Lopez fan as a kid. Like, you know, I watched, what's it called? Is it a George Lopez show? George Lopez? On, Nick at Night when I was younger. So I was into him. And as a result, oh, also when he was in like that one like It's not Spy Kids, but it's one of the movies like Spy Kids movie. Or maybe it was Spy Kids 3D. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Why did I watch this? So, okay, wait. Oh, okay. I'm not 100% sure if I saw this one, but I saw the one about the Chihuahua who goes to Mexico. I think. Wait, let me see. Film credits. Yeah, sorry, we're going down the rabbit hole here. Okay, so, okay, I saw this. Beverly Hills Chihuahua. Yeah. The first one. See, I knew it. I knew I'm a genius. Why was George Lopez in two different doggy movies? This was his debut. And then Marmaduke was his second one. That's so cute. And then after that, he went on to like actually like decent properties like The Smurfs or Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3, Viva la Fiesta. Um, Rio also I think was like a pretty big movie, right? Yeah. Okay, I don't know why I'm so into this. Anyways, being a voice actor has always sounded really cool to me, but they don't usually start on animation till after the voice work is over. So I would just be terrified that it might turn out as disturbing as this. True. Um, Danny, the dog trainer actually isn't the villain. Danny 2 seconds later. So the dog trainer beats the daylights out of Marmaduke and then tortures him. True. I think he might have been the villain. But anyways, you know what we're gonna do now? Say goodbye. You guys, this is a long ass video. Thank you so much for watching, folks. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye. Hey folks, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.